get to understand the fascinating world of digital growth and content creation.
Content has become a very big part of our life, and my life especially, because content is king now. You won't believe, but there are over 50 million content creators in the world.
Why the content is so powerful for entrepreneurs or marketers?
The real question is, how do you get into those top 4%?
Does it matter where you post?
I believe what will go viral is something that is based on emotions. They will just hide behind a screen and they will put comments. They will not care about what the person will feel or not. But they don't have the same guts to put content.
And nowadays, it's floating. That content is floating on internet.
Exactly. You're not a machine. You're
Right.
not AI. You can't keep coming up with ideas. So AI has taken over all of our lives now in all the aspects, and content creation is no different. Content creators are actually making above $100,000 per year.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Vista Show. In this episode, we get to understand the fascinating world of digital growth and content creation. Today's guest is someone who is our own Angel Nair, a content creator and content writer. She is not just creating content but turning it into a marketing engine, a business tool, and a lifestyle. Please welcome Angel to the show.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm excited on what we are going to discuss. Content has become a very big part of our life, and my life especially, because content is king now. So it's going to be fun what we are going to discuss.
Before we get into the juicy stuff like stats and strategies, tell us your most embarrassing content fail.
Okay, so this one is going to be amazing. A few years back, when I first started content creation, I was actually managing a big brand. And I was very excited, for it to have the perfect strategy, the perfect Instagram post. So there was this one idea that I was very sure that, I was going to go very well on it. And I spent weeks researching. I spent weeks, getting the perfect thing done, like say mood boards or lighting or, getting my friends to help me do the whole shoot and everything. And I was very sure this was a very good idea. And when I posted it, I got only 12 likes on it. And one of it was from my mom, one of it was from my dad, and 10 were very kind strangers on the internet who thought it would be a good idea to give me some, encouragement on my posts. So yeah, this also taught me one thing. I know it was very embarrassing for me. I was a little hurt, but here is the lesson that I learned out of it. That perfectionism is the enemy of progress.
Yeah, true.
Because, while I was here trying to get that perfect thing done, while I was running after perfectionism, there were a lot of other creators out there who were actually getting successful. They were getting results on their content creation because of a few things that they did different. That is being consistent, being, showing up all the time, showing up consistently and putting it out there instead of just going behind getting that perfect thing.
Okay. And when you start doing content creation and
this was around, I think, 5 to 6 years back.
Okay, so that time you were studying as well.
Yes.
That's such a fun story. Most of the people, right now also they are facing the same issue.
True.
So just let's zoom out for a second, and what does the content creator landscape looks like right now?
Okay, so very honestly, it is booming currently. We all have heard this multiple times that, content is king. And that's what everyone is following right now. So you won't believe, but there are over 50 million content creators in the world and more coming up right now. So that's approximately,
huge.
Exactly. So that's just like, a whole population of one small country becoming influencers and, content creators.
Yeah, but right now when we see most of the people and most of the youth, to be very honest, they are into the content creation and they are everywhere on social media right now.
Exactly. So let's talk about stats for this particular segment. So the content creator economy right now is, more than $250 billion. This is Exactly. So this is according to the recent Goldman Sachs report.
Okay.
And while it is $250 billion right now, it is predicted to be over $480 billion by, just within the next 2 years. That is by 2027. And that is a huge number. But here's the plot twist. Out of all those creators, only 4% of the creators actually earn over $100,000 per year.
Oh.
So that's just 4%. Now, for us, content creators, the real question is, how do you get into those top 4%?
This is very surprising. So, Angel, tell me one thing. What is the first step to figure this out?
So, okay, to figure this out, I believe that you should first know what kind of a content creator you are. Okay, for this, there are 3 types of creators. Firstly, the educator. Second, the entertainer. And thirdly, the inspirer. So, I'll give you an example of this. Firstly, when someone is an educator, I'll give you an example of Ali Abdal.
Okay.
So, he is someone who will simplify certain, complex topics, and he will explain it to you. So you get to learn, you get an addition to your knowledge, on whatever topic he's explaining. Secondly, there is, the entertainer. Like we all know Bhuvan Bam.
Yeah.
The wonderful videos that he does. He started off so small and he's now such a big creator, and everyone's following him. And thirdly, the inspirer type of creators, where I can give you an example of, say, Alex Hormozi. Or even Simon Sinek. They are the inspiring kind where, they'll make you believe that you can change your life, by their content, whatever they put out. So once you figure out what kind of, a creator that you want to become, then it becomes easier than before to see what content plan you should put on your profile and what you want people to know you as. In my honest opinion, I feel the best kind of creators, they are people who mix all of this. Okay, they give you value, they teach you something, they make you laugh, have fun, and through all of this, they add value to your life.
Yeah, nowadays people are consuming more content actually. If you will see in every house, people are having their phone and they are just scrolling and they are just checking.
Exactly. And that is a lot of emotions all together at once. See, when you're scrolling through your phone, one reel will give you joy. One will make you sad. One will take you back into nostalgia. One will educate you on something, say news or, some topic. So
recipes.
Exactly. So, whatever people can relate to, that is the best kind of content creator, in my opinion.
Yes, I agree. But Angel, just tell us real behind the scene content stories that usually we don't see on the feed.
Okay, so I'll tell you about this one particular thing that I did. So there was one reel that I shot, okay, and this was something that I shot on a very regular work day. No planning, no Instagram captions that is very done professionally or anything. But it was a very self-recorded reel that I did, and it was done on a regular work day. I was venting about something that, that people can relate to, mostly about the office.
Okay.
Yes. And that was something that got a lot of views because this is something that people can relate to.
Yeah.
Of course, everyone goes through problems.
Correct.
Everyone has to face.
And nowadays, it's floating. That content is floating on internet.
Exactly, because people want to see relatable content.
Exactly.
So it feels human. So that reel got a lot of views. And yeah, so I understood. It's not always about planning. It's about what people can relate to.
Correct. So Angel, I have one question. Your previous content didn't work.
Yes.
And this worked. So what changed?
Okay, I'll give you one word for that, and that is authenticity. Okay. So I understood that being authentic and being real is what people actually want.
Yeah, and people relate to.
Exactly. So that did not have any trending audio, any trending, no lighting or anything that is trending music or anything. But, it had realness. And right now, I believe what will go viral is something that is based on emotions, pure emotions.
True.
So what you see viral is now something that people can relate to, something that, will put you and your brand as human.
Yeah, nowadays people are, instead of sending messages, they are sending reels to each other.
Exactly.
And they are, communicating by reels only.
Exactly. So, and then people say, relatable, this is what I relate to. Then they repost it on their stories,
Yeah.
and that's how, you as a content creator get to grow. So, basically, viral is emotional. It is not always about strategy. A strategy can work, of course, it works sometimes, but behind that, also, you need to have your human touch to it.
Yeah, true. That's such a refreshing reminder. And I heard you had a comment once that actually changed your content style, right? Tell us about that.
Okay. So on one of my reels, someone actually commented saying that, your videos feel like talking to a friend on a call. And that changed my entire approach to content creation and, the style that I put out. Because then I understood that, my vibe needs to change. No overproduction, no over preaching or anything. It's just conversation that people want. So, and this one comment actually changed my whole approach to styles of content and everything than any other analytics code or any other data could. So this one content was very valuable in helping me decide my strategy for content.
Yeah, but sometime if you will see, nowadays people are using this platform in a negative way as well. Most of the people, they are just, commenting, like negative comments are there. Some people, they feel negative about that as well, and then the negative impact will
Exactly. So, ma'am, as we all know, people are going to talk, whether you do good, whether you do bad. So, people want something or the other to say, and it's very easy. Actually,
Yeah, it's very easy for people now
Exactly,
to
to hide
comment on
behind a
anyone. Yeah.
they will just hide behind a screen and they will put comments. They will not care about what the person will feel or not. But they don't have the same guts to put content or to create content or to even put themselves out on the screen like that. But it's very easy to troll. So you can just let people troll and you continue creating content.
Yeah, that's good. Nowadays, AI is booming and people are using more AI things. So, what roles AI is playing in this?
Definitely a very huge role because AI has taken over all of our lives now in all the aspects, and content creation is no different. So 69% of marketers right now actually use AI for their content creation, and out of those, 72% actually say that it has improved their performance compared to what they were doing before taking help from AI. And I also definitely use AI. So I use ChatGPT for, say brainstorming about hooks or content ideas.
Yeah, ChatGPT nowadays
Exactly.
people are using frequently.
Exactly. And it really helps, if when you have some creative block or something, it really helps you brainstorm.
Yeah, forget about content creation like a team, but employees, they are also using now these tools.
Exactly, because it clears your creative block so much. I use basic tools for, editing videos and all also. And it really helps. But there is one thing, even though AI is so important, I would say AI is a partner. It is not a replacement.
Yeah.
So you cannot, definitely not replace a human touch with AI. It
Correct.
can definitely be a partner. You can co-work with AI and make your work better. But AI can never give you something that, an actual human can. A human brain is so much better than AI. So much more creative, so many more ideas that flow through a human brain. So yes, AI is a partner. It can never be a replacement.
That's great. So we know the stats now. So let's shift to the business side. Why the content is so powerful for entrepreneurs or marketers?
Okay, right. So what content does is that it builds trust at scale. So think about it. Okay, I'll tell you 5 things that content does. Firstly, it builds awareness, that people know your name, people know your brand, people know what you are doing. That you exist in the market and how you can serve them.
Yeah, but nowadays most of the companies, they are on social media and they are doing all this content creation and everything.
Exactly. So, so that people know you when you're first starting out, you have to make your presence known there. You have to make people believe that we exist and we can give you a solution to your problem.
Yeah, nowadays it is essential.
Exactly. Secondly, it generates leads. It attracts people to your services or the products that you're offering or whatever it is. If they have a problem and you have a solution, it is going to generate you lead. Once they know that you exist and once they are able to trust you.
Yeah, it gives credibility as well for a business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the third thing that content does is that it boosts engagement. When people are able to relate with you, they are going to like your content. Ultimately, that's going to make them like your business. They are going to make them like you. So they are going to turn to you.
Correct.
They are going to ultimately be your customers. When there is engagement from their side, that only means that you are on their mind. They are thinking about you, about your business, and today or tomorrow they are going to come to you. The next thing, like number 4, it positions you as an authority. So you become someone that people are able to trust.
Correct.
You are being the authority in your segment, in your market, of what your business is or what your brand is. So they look up to you as someone who is in authority. Okay, and the last thing that it does is it becomes your support SEO tool, or your it helps you reach people. So what I believe is that content can be called as your 24/7 salesperson.
Yeah, that is true. Like most of the businesses now, they are generating business through social media. They are getting good
Exactly.
leads as well through social media only.
Exactly.
So that traditional way of getting leads or generating business is now little bit slow.
Exactly. So, even if you don't have a person calling your customers or your target audience all the time, you know what is doing that for you. That is your profile, that is your social media, that is your content. So, it is basically your 24/7 salesperson.
Yeah, and nowadays it is very easy for a customer to connect with someone, the service which they want.
Exactly. Right.
So Angel, tell me one thing, that nowadays also people are struggling to monetize their content. Why it is happening?
Right. So you remember how I told you only 4% of content creators are actually making above $100,000 per year through their content, right? So what do the others do? That is, they only rely on brand deals,
Okay.
right? They don't have a diverse stream of incomes. There are a lot of ways that content creators can earn. How they can monetize it. I'll give you some examples. Like what they can do is they can either go into coaching or consulting. They can take up speaking gigs, or they can actually go for subscription communities, where if people see that you have value to your content, that you are adding something to their life, they are going to be ready to subscribe to your
Actually
channel.
Nowadays we are seeing like layman, normal people sitting at home, and they are learning so many things through social media.
Exactly. Right. So, something like courses, where you are going to give them a course where you are going to teach them something that they will actually be ready to pay for.
And people are having interest in that.
Exactly, because they want to learn. People always want to learn something or the other. Learning is a process, and they will love to learn. They will pay money to learn.
Yes.
And if you can give them that value, that's how you monetize your...
That too, you're sitting at home and you're learning.
Exactly.
That's
so
great.
those are some ways that they can actually monetize.
So Angel, let's talk about platforms. Does it matter where you post?
Massively. So, there are so many different platforms right now, and each of them has their own specialties, own USPs, and their own algorithms. So, if you go according to that, that is going to give you returns. Right? I'll tell you. So, firstly, YouTube. It is more feasible, and more people go to it for long form value. Where there are long videos, where there are tutorials, or something that you just quickly want to know. That is where you go to YouTube.
Yeah, but people are earning huge money on YouTube. Huh?
Exactly. So, there it is mostly about knowledge. Where you want to learn something, you hop onto YouTube for that.
And what do you think about vlogging?
Vlogging is more fun, because when you are displaying your whole day, your whole life in front of people, they are going to have fun.
Actually, but if you will see, more people are keen to know what you are doing in your personal life.
Exactly. So the kida that people have to see exactly happen in your life.
True.
People are going to be interested in watching you fail at something, watching you win at something. They are going to laugh with you. They are going to feel bad for you when something goes wrong.
Yes.
But yes, vlogging is it is really good. It is good. People can relate to it. Then there is, on Instagram, you get visual storytelling, and of course, a rush of emotions. People want to be as creative as possible with 100 different emotions as much as possible.
And it is very easy to use as well.
Exactly. On TikTok, you get viral very fast. You get to know what trends are going on. On LinkedIn, for example, There are leaders, mostly leaders talking on LinkedIn. Their voices are more public there.
It is like a corporate.
Exactly. A very corporate setting, a very professional setting where it's mostly thought leadership.
Okay.
And motivation, like motivating people to do better in life. And on Twitter, for example, like platform X, there is more of, news updates. There is mostly power talks there.
Yeah.
So it really matters which platform and what strategy you use for each platform. So Instagram and Facebook, I feel, is almost the same, because Facebook was older generation. Instagram is the newer generation, but now everyone uses Instagram more, is what I feel.
Okay, Angel. But someone is building from scratch. How they will build the system?
Okay, so here's a 3-part playbook that I can recommend, okay, on my personal experience. So phase 1 is your foundation. You have to decide who's your audience. Be specific. Anyone who likes business, or is it a specific group of people, a specific age demography, or, a specific location? You just define it, like who's your audience, and then you can build around that. Secondly, what is your angle? Are you bold? Are you funny? Are you someone who explains? Are you someone, who is sharing your own personal experiences? Or what is it? Like, what is your angle of giving out content? Then what is your main pillar for your content? Like, say it is educating people. Is it entertaining people? Is it inspiring? Or do you want to mix it all up? Like I said, the best content creators do. Do you want to mix it all up? And lastly, like, what is your schedule? Because what I believe is more than creativity, it is consistency that helps. If you are regularly, posting content, creating content, sometimes it is much more useful than always trying to be creative. So consistency wins over creativity.
Right, I agree.
So the second phase is the 4-pillar strategy, where out of all your content, 40% should be to educate, 30% should be to entertain the people, and 20% should be inspirational stuff, and 10% should be promoting yourself or your business or whatever it is. So say you have 10 pieces of content, okay, and for that, out of 10, only 1 should be selling. Because too much of overselling, then people will lose interest.
True.
So that 1 should be for selling, and it should be a solid one where people are convinced that they have to buy from you.
Correct.
And for that convincing, the rest 9 are going to help building trust.
Yeah.
Once people trust you, that 1 will do the job of selling. So for phase 3, I'll talk about staying consistent without burning out. Now, if you are a content creator, it is very natural that people run out of ideas, people run out of creativity. There's a whole creative block, and you're not able to always put out content, right? And there's a burnout. But there are ways to actually stop this. Say you pick one day, come up with ideas, come up with scripts, or whatever you have to do. Plan your content on that one day. Okay, pick the next day for acting it out, for actually executing that content. Okay, you can shoot like say 4, 5, 6, whatever amount of content you have ready. Shoot all of that in one day. So you have the stock ready, and then spend the next 1 or 2 days editing it, finalizing it. That way you have a whole batch ready. So on the 5th day or on the 6th day, you are able to take a break, because breaks are
Important.
obviously very important for creativity to flow.
Yeah.
You're not a machine, you're not AI. You can't keep coming up with ideas. So taking that break and being ready with your content is how you can stop burnout.
Okay, got it. Angel, tell me, what are some common traps that content creator falls into?
Okay, there are so many of them. So I'll tell you the top 4. Firstly, the perfectionism paralysis, because some people want to be perfect, okay? No matter what content they're creating, they have this thing about, I have to be perfect. And without that, they just don't want to move forward. So you will never be ready. You just have to start, whatever it is, okay? Just don't fall into this trap of being perfect all the time. Secondly, the comparison game, where, you are always comparing yourself with some other creator. Or everyone has different strategies, different audience, different purpose of content creation. So if you're going to keep comparing, you're always going to like someone else's content better than yours. Okay. Thirdly, there is this one platform prison, where some content creators only post on one particular platform.
Okay.
They don't make use of, so many platforms that we've already mentioned before. One platform, so it is only restricted to that particular audience, which, only those people use that platform. So their content is limited to that.
Okay.
And they get it's mostly, the fear of exploring other platforms or coming up with, their niche, which is on that particular platform itself. Like, I mentioned for LinkedIn, you need to have authority. You need to post with authority. On Instagram, you need to come up with visual creativity and, the funny content or, something that people can relate to. So a lot of creators are very restricted in these terms. And fourthly, the burnout express, where people, get burnt out very easily because they don't plan ahead. Like I mentioned before, know how you're supposed to batch your content, how you're supposed to keep separate days for ideating, separate days for executing, and separate for, actually finalizing it. So they definitely get burnt out in all of this. And then this whole cycle of not coming up with creative ideas, not being able to put their content consistently.
That's very valuable to know. But for brands and businesses listening to us, so how content help their marketing team?
Oh, in every way. Okay, so content is king. And for any business out there, content helps you keep your brand voice consistent. Okay, what content you're putting out there for people to see, that is going to put your brand voice in front of the people.
Correct.
That's how they're going to resonate with your brand.
Right.
Secondly, it helps you test the messages fast through feedback. Because, of course, A and B testing, you check what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what type of content. That is how it's going to do your marketing, right? And thirdly, it feeds every channel, because one idea, say you have one idea for one particular reel, one particular post, that is going to help you on different platforms.
Correct.
Say YouTube, long form content, you make one piece of content out of one idea. That same thing you can use on websites for blogs. That same thing you can write a little script on it and do some, something on Instagram, something like that. Okay, so it feeds your channels. So, and it also helps you build a real community around the brand. Okay, it's not just followers, it actually builds people, a whole community who trust you, who look up to your brand, who trust your business, who look up to it, and who can resonate with you as humans, even behind that brand. There's a voice, there's a human voice. So that's how content actually impacts and helps businesses and brands now.
Okay. Yeah, that was great to know, Angel. But I just want to know that what are your golden rule which you follow for content success?
Okay, so I'll tell this to you and to our audience watching right now. So firstly, consistency beats perfection. Like, you have to be consistent. Even if you're not perfect sometimes, that's okay, but be consistent. Secondly, authenticity over polish. If you are authentic, if you are real, it is much better than giving out that, polished, tip-top content. It's much better. Okay. Thirdly, value over vanity. It's just because you have to post, it doesn't make sense. Like vain content full of vanity, no. Give some value to your audience and they are going to love you.
Okay.
And then community beats followers. Like I mentioned before, just having followers, just having people follow you on your page for something makes no sense, because they are going to be here today, they'll unfollow you tomorrow.
Correct.
But if you build a community out of, the value that you're giving to people, the impact that you're making, the change that you're making in their life through your content, that is going to build a very big community.
Yeah, and they will stick to you only.
Exactly.
To your content.
Exactly. So that community is going to be, a whole loyal force of people on the internet loving you for what you put out there. And lastly, I would also say patience beats pressure. So just, having that pressure of putting out the content, that's not going to take you anywhere. You have to be patient. Your first reel will have 0 views. Your second reel will have 2 views. Through patience and through consistency, you're going to get where you want to, where you dream of getting as a content creator. Just take it with patience and just take that step of becoming the content creator.
Okay, but for someone listening who wants to start today, what are 3 action steps they need to take?
So for someone who's just going to start, or even if you're thinking of starting, I'll give 3 tips. So firstly, define your content pillar, whether you want to educate people, whether you want to inspire people, you want to entertain people, whatever it is, or you want to do a mix of all of this. Secondly, shoot one reel, whether it's a starting reel, with your phone and natural light. It doesn't have to be in a perfect setting. It doesn't have to be done with professionals. Just start. It's better to have something done rather than waiting for something to be perfect and getting it done later, and for it to never end up happening.
Yeah, nowadays everyone is having cell phone.
Exactly. Just pick it up, shoot a very relatable video, or just rant out to people. They are going to relate with you. And thirdly, just like you are a content creator, there are others and they also love some encouragement. So leave a thoughtful comment out there for some other creators. Say engage with 5 or 10 creators, especially in your niche, in the niche that you have chosen. Go and comment on their posts on something that you like. So, that way there is engagement. People are going to notice you. People are going to notice your profile as well. And that's how you grow with the community.
It was very good to know about content creation. But Angel, any final message for our audience?
Yes, definitely. I do have a message for our audience. So the creator economy is not just a trend. It is actually the future of work. And every creator that you admire or once, fell in love with as a personality on the internet, they also had 0 followers once upon a time. Okay, so today, if you have 0 followers and you're planning to start, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, after a month, after 2 months, you are definitely going to reach and become that content creator that you've always dreamt of becoming. Okay, so just start. Just take that first step, start, and you will get better eventually. Definitely.
Before ending this session, let's play a rapid fire round. First question, what's the content myth we need to bury?
Okay, one myth is that you need to be viral to be successful. No, you just need to have the right people.
What's your most controversial content opinion?
That aesthetics are overrated because people obsess over colors and fonts. So it's important to keep your content very catchy.
What if I gave you $10,000 to invest in content? How would you use it?
Okay, so I would build a lean, high-impact content system. So firstly, hire a professional to shoot a whole batch of content for long form and then cut that into 100 different pieces for different platforms. So I have a lot of content. Thirdly, get a content manager to get it out accordingly on my profiles and set aside some budget for paid promotions.
Okay. What's one piece of advice you wish someone gave you earlier?
One advice is that no one cares in the beginning, and that's just really good because you get scared to start, but really no one cares except you and your dreams.
True. Okay, Angel, it was fun to have you on the podcast. It was great to, learn about content creation. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me, ma'am. It was really fun to talk about all of this, and I hope a lot of our people watch it and learn something out of it. Thank you so much.
I hope you liked our podcast today on the Vista Show. This was all about the amazing things which happens in and around content creation. Want to see more stuff which can keep you more informed? Don't forget to subscribe and follow us. And do check out our other episodes as well. The link is in description.
Thank you for staying with us till the end of this episode of The Vista Show. I truly hope you have enjoyed this journey as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. As a founder of Vista Corporate Group, I have had the privilege of working with so many entrepreneurs and businesses over the years. I believe in supporting budding entrepreneurs and businesses, and I have also gained a substantial amount of expertise through mentors and meaningful discussions, many of which have shaped me into who I am today. As an entrepreneur, myself, I understand the challenge of building a businesses from the ground up and what it takes to succeed. That's why I decided to compile my knowledge into 2 books. The first, Founder's Roadmap, Navigating Company Formation and Success, is your go-to guide for building successful businesses in Dubai. In my second book, Beyond Bricks and Mortar, I dive into Dubai's real estate market, uncovering opportunities and addressing the unique challenges that comes with. If you're looking to start a successful business or explore the world of real estate in Dubai, then these 2 books are perfect guide for you. They are available on all the platforms, but remember, limited copies are available. Grab yours today. You can find the link in description below.